definitely going. Sometimes my GoPro app doesn't sync, and it can't, or it's like the Bluetooth, I think, is the problem. Yeah, that gallery is really incredible. And of course that's where David is housed. But my group, I got up earlier than everybody else. For anybody who saw the previous stream, you know the story already of that part. But I went out because it's so hard to get tickets that I wanted to go exactly when it opened to try and buy the tickets. But it turned out that like you couldn't really save spots in the line. So when I got to the front, that was when all my people showed up. But they were like kind of felt bad about like, we're not going to cut all these people in line because you're actually waiting to go into the museum right after buying the ticket. So they decided like, you know, we're not going to do this, so we will come back tomorrow. And so I, obviously having stood in the line for over an hour, was like, okay, I'm gonna go in. So I did that, and it was great. But I decided, because we're all like big fans, in particular of Michelangelo, and even more in particular of David, and that's where he is. So they didn't say to do this, but I was like, you know, because they bought tickets, including one for me, to go tomorrow, because I would want to come back too. So I didn't even look at the statue of David in that museum. I looked at everything else. It's really a lot of incredible stuff. But I didn't do that one, so I'll be doing that one as the next visit. So right now I'm going towards somewhere that everybody is hanging out, because they weren't at the museum obviously, so they were doing other stuff. So I'm gonna go try and figure out where that is. In the meantime, sneak another little glimpse of 4500 at Il Duomo. Il Duomo is really insane. It's like one of the most incredible works of art that I've ever seen. I didn't expect that I would be as affected by it as I was. I was making a joke before we went. I was saying to my brother, like, do you think they'll have Italy here? And we were laughing because, like, I didn't think that it would be like a chain that it stretched to actual Italy. But apparently they do have it. So I took a picture, I got to show him. I got a couple of little gift shop items too, some souvenirs and stuff for people, and I got a book on Michelangelo that was they had all different language versions of books, so I got a Japanese one, of course. They had a great sketchbook that I wanted to get. It was like a sort of leather-bound sketchbook with like a sort of cloth tie thing that you tie around it, which I always love that because the idea of tying it up or shutting it, forcing it shut is good because they can open up in your bag. But then also the texture of the book and the tie was great. But it was too many pages. It was like I would never be able to finish all the pages. So I wanted like a half-size. It was too like physically large and also too thick. So I didn't end up getting it. Yeah, it was like over a foot. I don't want one that's that big because it doesn't. Number one, it makes my bag thicker, and it's also a lot of surface area. I'm not looking to make like really in-depth sketches or ones that take a long time. And I'm always kind of more interested in getting to the end of a sketchbook rather than like having one that will last me for a really long time. Because obviously the logic would be like, well, this sketchbook has 1,000,000 pages and they're all really big, so if you're just doing little sketches, you could have like a zillion sketches per page and it would obviously last like for a really long time. But my experience with sketchbooks is that I'd rather get to the end of it and like buy another one at another cool place that I go, rather than having like one that I use everywhere. What a sight. It's not cold at all anymore. I'm going to take off my jacket after the show. It looks like you can go in. We got, as I was saying before, we got tickets to a couple of the attractions. And I think there's just like a thing where you can just go in to the regular part. It's like, I'm on the right track here. Am I going the wrong way here? I think I'm going the wrong way. I need to go that way. Yesterday when we got in, it was still light out. And at these cafes here, you can have a coffee or whatever and just sit out looking at the Duomo, which is crazy. It's like pretty incredible. And we were there like when it switched over to for some reason the bell tower rings on the half hour. So like during the half hour the bell tower was going off. And very, very picturesque place to drink a coffee.
Потом się wiesz, wymienimy.
Yeah, no, as we planned, we could have
Good stuff. Let's call it a show. I'm gonna get something to eat. The problem with going to a museum for me, mentally, and physically, I could be there all day. Like, I have no problem standing all day, no problem finding things to want to look at all day at a museum like that. But I wish that I could order food inside or bring food inside or whatever, because just like you get too hungry to stay there for the entire day. Some of them they have a thing, but not all of them. So let's call it a show. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.